Mhm. Welcome to this down to earth. Hello, folks. Let me stop and rephrase that. Good day, folks. Don't want to say hello because that shows you how low you are in hell. So, affirmation of confirmation of something positive, I'll say good day. And not good morning because the morning's a suffer. Trick on words. Hope everyone's feeling fine today. Today is Thursday, February 1st. Was I mistaken? Anyway, I don't keep track of time like that. I'm going to jump right to it and work on part two of this practical model build I've done. If you saw the latest video I've posted on this project, edificio, this futuristic building, I won't say dystopic, but this sci-fi design I've made, I've worked on parts. Sometimes when I do kit bashing, and I'll use pieces of miscellaneous material, junk, along with model kits, tanks, aircraft carriers and stuff to add detail to the structure. But in this case, I have to work sometimes on different levels. So in terms of the detailing, I've already put in place my decal that I've designed, and this piece was what I worked on yesterday. Yeah. This is the actual framing of the windows, which would appear to be balconies. At one point, I was going to put miniature fencing on it. I don't want to do all that because in reality, when I'm doing the shot, I have to think how much emphasis am I going to really place on that one object. So as long as it looks pretty tight camera wise, and that's how it's gonna, you know, da da da. And I worked on three sides. This is the front side of the building. The second side is already in place, but it's not glued in. And there's a reason for that. And then this is the rear side. We're gonna have something along like that kind of alignment, like that. This is also an additional piece that's going to go into the front, back to the front again. This paneling, okay. This is going to give the structure more contour. So it's kind of like that. So when the light hits it, it has a little more of a pop in terms of structure and things of that nature. Okay, so let me just jump right to it. The next thing I'm going to do is for this, I'm going to hand paint some of these. Now, for this technique, what I use sometimes for aging or color paneling, whatever it is, I use a water-based acrylic paint marker. Sometimes folks at the airbrush, whatever it might be. Some people, they prime different color bases. What I do, my small little brush here, ta-da, and I use these. I forgot the name of the brand of these, but these are an acrylic metallic paint marker. They have metallic sheen to them. And this is a greenish type color. And what I would do, let's see if I can jump right into this. Sometimes what I'll do is for certain areas, if I want color paneling, let me just start with this. Let's work in this little section here. Then I would take the marker. These markers are semi-opaque, so they usually work well on light colors and medium colors. Some are actually opaque. A lot of the metallic bases are more opaque, so you can also put them on dark colors. So if you're priming a very dark gray, if you even have a black prime, and you want to just jump right into detail color. Ooh. First of all, again, good day, folks. This is my Down to Earth Live. It's actually not live because I'm going to record this and then post it. Maybe I'll edit it out. Maybe I won't. Gotta get my coffee. My coffee for the day, mate. You like my coffee? You like all the blimey ridiculous things? And then what I do is when I with this technique, when I use the marker, I know I'm not showing you guys this. I'm gonna have this set up at a point where it'll be a complete tutorial, and you will actually you'll see I'll have multiple cameras. That was something I was gonna set up at one time and do that, but I'm like, nah, I'd rather just do it this way as a video, and I can edit, and I can select what the audience will see. This is more like a turquoise. They don't want that kind of green. Bear with me while I get this, because this is, let's see what kind of green I'm going to use. You know what? I'm going to switch up and use this green. It's more like a natural green for the zone. So I'm going to go over certain areas. And this is not working only because this marker's dried out. Relatively speaking, these markers you get a good run with them. You know, I've had them since last year, and I do use them extensively. I've had some models that I've painted a lot of run, a lot of work. And what I like about these is because they are somewhat fine tipped. They're not ultra fine, but they are fine tipped enough for me to get in and do little details and things of that nature. So let me just get to this. That's the green. And because the metallic, it has like a sheen to it. And what I do with this technique, I blot out. Once I use the marker, I blot out, dab it while it's still wet. And that will, remove the streaks that a marker would leave behind. So it wouldn't look like a marker. One little technique. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to work in my metallics. So I'm going to use some silver. And this is like a very dark steel. These look very good. They look awesome when you apply them. I don't know what kind of color this is. Maybe it's like a pewter. But it's metallic. I like to use those. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create an effect with some of the piping. See these pipe sections here. I'm going to add a little bit of color to it to give it a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? A luster. Maybe look chromish. I use the same dab technique. And then some. The last video I did was about almost 30 minutes, and I know people don't like to watch long videos. So I got a little bit of that metallic in there. These usually really work well when I want to create that effect of rust and chrome and things of that nature. But because of the structure and the concept behind these structures in the project, these structures are not the worn and torn. They're not the degraded structures in the storyline of the project. This will be more of the I don't want to say elite class, but more like the uppity class. You know, the uppities, the uppities, the uppities. So, and without giving away too much of the plot, there'll be the uppity class structures, and there'll be the structures which the average person will dwell in, which is in the other zone. If you've seen some of my earlier work, all that rustic and all that ew. Yeah, that's the other zone. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can make this look a little worn. Give us a little bit of aging. And then I used the same markers, dry technique, to make the alloy, you know, make it look like it's chip is painted. As a matter of fact, I do have a video in my official Artizfacts Studio Gallery news page, which I did a complete technique on aging and weathering and rust using these same materials. So you got to check it out on my official Artizfacts Studio Gallery news page, and you go through the videos of my practical model builds and you'll see it. It was the work of one of the corridors, the interior structures of the project in the zone. I'm going to give us a little bit of that edge. Usually around when I create pipes and the rivets and the joints and the couplings, that's why I usually put the paint where it looks like there was some maintenance on those parts, replacements in age and weathering. It makes it look a little more mechanical. Let me see if I can get a little bit of color here. You know what? I'm going to go live. So that gives it a little bit of, let me move this structure out of the way. Yeah, so you see, this is another structure alongside of the structure. What do you ask what this is? It's a simple trash can. Simple trash can. I took the trash can, this was the lid of the trash can. I took the inner parts of the lid, replaced it here, repurposed it. This was the actual lid, which was actually hollow. Put some styrene in there, and then recover that up. So this will be like maybe an assemblage area. Let's just say if this was a structure, residential, this could be a garage. Not that it would be, but let's just say it. So I have then have the architecture have a very similar type of feel to it, you know, with the arching roof, you know, that kind of thing. All right, so let me do this. Let me go live, because I like doing lives. I like to see how many people are actually interactive and real live in space. So I'll check you guys out. See you in about a couple of minutes. I want to reload on my coffee. I'm going to reload on my coffee. I'm going to finish my breakfast. I got a little bit of cheese and turkey bacon on the roll, like made from home. So I'm going to finish that up. It was in the coffee because I haven't slept. Let me see, I went to bed. I lied myself down about, I don't know how long. And I was up around 2, 3, 4 in the morning. But I'm going to get up, I got to work. I'm going to get up until about around noon. But I'm going to get up and get the day going. Here in the NYC, it's a bit of overcast. It's kind of mild, about, I don't know, maybe 30-something degrees. I don't know. I haven't been out. I haven't done my walk yet. But anyway, I'll check you guys out later. Some people are entertained by all those characters and BS. If I had my finger, I'll snap the stone. All right, people. All right, Chewbacca. See you guys in a minute.